The Beast of Gevaudan, France's deadliest monster. In June 1764, a 14-year-old girl named Jean Boulet was killed near the village of Les Hubacks in the Gevaudan region of south-central France. Her death marked the beginning of 3 years of terror that would eventually draw the personal attention of King Louis Roman XV and become the most lethal series of large predator attacks on humans in the recorded history of Western Europe. The Gevaudan was a remote, mountainous region, isolated communities of shepherds and farmers with little protection, and no way to understand what was hunting them. Eyewitness descriptions of the beast were consistent and deeply strange. Witnesses described a creature the size of a large calf, with reddish or tawny fur, a broad chest, a short neck, upright ears, a long, flexible tail, and a particular smell. It moved with an unusual bounding gait, could leap extraordinary distances, and went primarily for the throat and head. Most disturbingly, it appeared to prefer human victims over livestock. It would bypass undefended sheep to attack their shepherds. This preference for human prey was unprecedented and alarming to investigators who knew wolf behavior. King Louis Roman XV escalated his response as the attacks continued. He first sent Denis Nicolas Deneville, a professional wolf hunter who had killed over 200 wolves in his career. Deneville hunted for months and killed wolves by the dozen. The attacks continued. Louis then dispatched his personal lieutenant of the hunt, Francois Antoine, with a larger team and official authority to requisition any resource needed. In September 1765, Antoine killed an exceptionally large wolf and declared the beast dead. He sent the stuffed specimen to Versailles. The king rewarded him handsomely. 2 months later, the attacks resumed. The killing that ended the attacks occurred in June 1767, when a local hunter named Jean Chastel shot a large animal during a communal hunt organized by the Marquis d'Apcher. The attacks stopped afterward, and Chastel became a regional hero. Legend grew quickly around the event. Stories emerged that Chastel had loaded his musket with a bullet forged from a silver medallion of the Virgin Mary, making his shot a sacred act against a supernatural creature. This transformation of the story into folklore began almost immediately, blending the real horror with older beliefs about werewolves and divine protection. The most scientifically plausible explanation is that the beast was an unusually large wolf or wolf-dog hybrid that had lost its fear of humans. The Gevaudan region had recently been a theater of the 7 Years' War, and wolves in the region may have been conditioned to human remains on battlefields, developing a learned association between humans and food. This behavioral conditioning would explain the specific targeting of humans. It would not fully explain the physical descriptions, which consistently describe an animal significantly larger and differently proportioned than any known wolf. The exotic animal hypothesis proposes the beast was an escaped or released captive animal, possibly a spotted hyena, a striped hyena, or a large exotic felid kept by a French noble. Several French aristocrats of the period maintained menageries of exotic animals, and a released or escaped hyena would match many contemporary descriptions. The reddish coloring, the distinctive smell, the unusual gait, and the powerful neck and chest. Hyenas are also known to be comfortable targeting humans in Africa. The hypothesis has never been confirmed, but has never been convincingly eliminated. Historian J. Smith's research introduced the most disturbing possibility, that not all deaths attributed to the beast were animal attacks. Some male victims had injuries inconsistent with animal predation. Jean Chastel, the man who claimed to have killed the beast and who became the local hero, had a criminal record and an unusual knowledge of the attack sites. Smith proposed that Chastel may have used a trained animal as an accomplice or cover, committing some killings himself. This hypothesis is circumstantial, but points to a dimension of the beast story that official history has generally avoided examining. The Beast of Gevaudan killed between 60 and 113 people over 3 years in rural France, and its true identity has never been established. The attacks were undeniably real. Contemporary records, parish death registers, and official investigation documents confirm the deaths. What caused them? One animal, multiple animals, an unknown species, or a combination of animal and human violence cannot be determined from surviving evidence. 3 centuries after Jean Chastel fired his famous shot, the creature that killed over 100 French villagers remains one of history's most compelling and unresolved mysteries.